Warning, some of the following methods may make you uncomfortable and aren't for everyone.
First method is jealousy. So that's going to be talking to other women. Now, I believe that there is a fine line between how ethical you're going to be here with the women that you're talking to and the way that you're talking to them. So I'm not saying that you should be flirting or hitting on other women in front of the woman that you're with. That's just wrong. However, if you are talking to women just normal, without any flirting, and a woman sees that you're comfortable with talking to other women, whether it be a hostess, whether it be the waitress, whether it be just a girl who's next to you or a girl who's in line next to you, sparking up conversation, just her seeing you talk to that girl is going to spark some jealousy, and it's going to actually make her want you more. Thing is, you don't need to flirt. You don't even need to. It's just not even necessary. It's just the act of you in an interaction with another woman and her seeing that. Of course, you can flirt and be flirty, but I'll let you do that at your own risk. Next, do not laugh at all of her jokes and be interested in every single thing that she has to say. Why? Because that is some nice guy simp shit. Being overly interested in her, first of all, is fake, because you're not interested in everything that she has to say, everything that she does. She's not funny every time she makes a joke. And sometimes you might even have this nervous laughter where you're laughing at something she says when it was something really dumb and not meant to be actually laughed at. And women will do that too. So if you ever see a woman do that, where you say something, it's kind of funny, but it's kind of not, but she laughs really hard, that means that she likes you. That's a sign that she likes you, because she's trying to build rapport with you while she's doing that. Same thing for you. If you're trying to do that with her, she's going to know that you're trying to build rapport with her, and it's going to seem overly weak. We do help with turning nice guys into guys who can get women attracted to them. If you go to tripadvicecoaching.com, you'll see there that you can book a call with my team. We can chat with you about how you can get your own personal coach to actually get you to the point where you're no longer the nice guy and getting women that you're super attracted to. That call is 100% free. Book it today, and we'll give you a full diagnosis on your dating life and what you can do to improve. Again, that's tripadvicecoaching.com. Next, and this one's pretty intense. I know that you're probably not going to be able to do it, but I'll tell you anyways. Ignore her for a few days. Just a few days. Even one day, completely ignore her. Now, I wouldn't do this if you're in a relationship. This is something where you just started dating someone and you would not respond to them for 24 to 48 hours. Now, this is perfectly fine in the sense where you don't have to be responding to someone that fast. There's no reason for you to do that. You don't owe them anything. You might have a tiny risk, and I really mean this is a tiny risk, of her just completely leaving. But what ends up happening is if you're not responding to her for a day or 2 days, she is going to be very curious. Did this guy ghost me? Where did he go? What's he doing? She's probably going to think that you're uninterested, when in reality, you're just doing your own thing. You're not paying attention to your text messages and responding to every single person. So then you get back to her in just a few days. If she asks something like where you were or what's going on, you could just kind of push it to the side and say, just been a crazy, hectic couple of days. No big deal. I also would not go back to her and say, hey, I'm sorry I haven't gotten back to you. Hey, sorry I've been away. That's going to completely negate the whole thing. Instead, here, you're coming back as if nothing ever happened. Next, and of course with all these, there's always a little bit of a risk. And I've never said this in one video in my about 2,000 videos I've ever done. But if you can afford it, you can shower a woman with gifts, and then she will be obsessed with you. Now here's the thing. It gets a little tricky because it can be very simp-like if you do it wrong. And also, there's a risk that you might be attracting a gold digger. Okay, so here's the thing. The way that you're going to do this is you're not going to be necessarily buying her jewelry and diamonds and gold bracelets. Instead, you're going to be giving her gifts as experiences. So you're going to take her on very lush trips. She's not going to pay for anything. she is going to be completely taken care of financially in these fun little things you guys do. Maybe even in that trip, you do buy her something not too expensive, but something as a token of, I don't know, your appreciation. Again, not saying you should do this, but I am saying what can work. And when you give a woman that experience where she's kind of like showered with that experience, that is going to make her obsessed with you and want to stick around. The point where it gets a little simpy is if you do it too often and you don't do experiences, you're just kind of buying her stuff all the time. It also gets simpy if she asks you to buy her something and then you say yes. Do not do that. That is where you are now in the hands of a gold digger. She just wants you to get her stuff. There's one thing when that happens, maybe in a relationship, but outside of a relationship, red flag if any woman ever asks you to buy her something. Instead, you're going to do it on your own accord. These will all work to some degree, whether you want to do them or not. Maybe for some of you, this was entertainment, and that's fine too. Just be careful when using them.